For this video, we're going to be talking about the Week 12 Fantasy Basketball Update, talking about the schedule, injury updates, waiver wire pickups, and many more. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of ezBUCKETZ Fantasy Basketball. My job here is to help you guys win your fantasy basketball leagues. And of course, how I do that is by posting weekly fantasy basketball videos. So if you're new, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications to not miss any of my upcoming videos. For those who don't know who I am, my name is Soom and I'm a fantasy basketball expert. I run the channel ezBUCKETZ on YouTube, and of course on this channel, I focus on fantasy hoops. If you ever want one-on-one fantasy basketball support, one-on-one fantasy basketball advice, go check out my Patreon page down below where I give you guys trade advice, roster advice, and waiver wire advice. Go ahead and do that if you haven't already. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about the Week 12 Fantasy Basketball Update. The first thing we're going to be talking about is the Week 12 upcoming schedule. And for this upcoming week, we have one team playing 5 games. So if you own Ja Morant, Dillon Brooks, Desmond Bane, Steven Adams, the Memphis Grizzlies have 5 games in this upcoming week. They're going to be a big time factor, and the players on the roster, hopefully they help you win your fantasy basketball leagues. So be sure to get players like Kyle Anderson and of course DeAnthony Melton once he comes back, Tyus Jones. These guys will be good streamers in this upcoming week. And then there are 11 teams playing 3 games: the Boston Celtics, the Hornets, the Chicago Bulls, the Cavaliers, the Indiana Pacers, the Lakers, the Miami Heat, the Knicks, OKC, and the Philadelphia 76ers, and the Phoenix Suns. These are the teams playing 3 games, and then the teams not mentioned will be playing 4 games in this upcoming week. So of course, pause the video if necessary, adjust your lineups accordingly, and be ready for this upcoming Week 12 schedule. Moving on, we're going to be talking about the newest injuries going into Week 12. And I got good news. There aren't a lot of injuries besides COVID protocols and players missing games because of quarantining. But we got one, and that's Ricky Rubio, unfortunately. We got news a few days ago that Ricky Rubio is going to miss the rest of the season with a torn ACL. Rubio was having a phenomenal season, being the backup and of course the leader of the Cavaliers. And so far the Cavaliers lost 2 of their main point guards, of Rubio and Sexton, which is very unfortunate. So far this year, Rubio has been phenomenal, averaging about 13 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists. And it's sad to say that Rubio is going to be out for the rest of the season. So Rubio, get well soon. Praying for ya, brother. Moving on, we're going to be talking about a must-drop player, or if anything, a sell-high player. I'm putting Kemba Walker on this list. Kemba Walker last week or 2 weeks ago was absolutely phenomenal. He was very, very hot coming in. The Knicks did not have Emmanuel Quickley, Derrick Rose, and Alec Burke, and we all thought that with Kemba Walker getting minutes, scoring plus 25 points, getting even a triple-double against the Washington Wizards on December 23rd, he dropped 44 points, he would have stayed in the rotation. But so far, it looks like Tom Thibodeau does not like Kemba enough to keep him. But the thing is, we're still unsure. So as of right now, I do believe it's safe to say try to sell him high, of course, and ultimately drop him if you can't sell him. Right now, Kemba Walker is dealing with a knee issue that could get worse as well. So just in general, keep a close eye on Kemba. I don't believe he's a must-own anymore because everybody on the Knicks is fully healthy. Next up, we're going to be talking about the top waiver wire pickups, the top streamers, and of course the trending players. I got Kobe White, Eric Bledsoe, Malik Monk, Terrence Mann, Malik Beasley, and Marcus Morris Sr. I'm putting Eric Bledsoe, Terrence Mann, and Marcus Morris Sr. on this list simply because Paul George is going to miss some time. He's going to miss the foreseeable future, and from what it sounds like, he's going to be re-evaluated in 3 weeks. So these players have a lot of value in these upcoming 3 weeks. Kobe White is getting burned right now with the Bulls not having Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso, so Kobe White has been spectacular. Try to sell him high, of course, before those guys return. And then, of course, Malik Monk right now just shifted into the starting shooting guard small forward position for the Lakers, getting a lot of burn as the 4th scoring option. And especially right now with the Lakers not having Anthony Davis, Malik Monk is the 3rd scoring option behind LeBron James and Russell Westbrook. Malik Beasley is simply on this list because right now D'Angelo Russell and Cat are not available due to COVID protocols. Once they return, Malik Monk might go back to normal, and of course Anthony Edwards is out as well. The Wolves are struggling, and Malik Monk stepped up over the past 2 weeks. Moving on, we're going to be talking about the best waiver wire pickups and streamers going into this week. I got Diallo of the Pistons, Gary Harris, Herbert Jones, Cameron Johnson, Larry Nance Jr., and Mason Plumlee. And of course, I'm also going to put it on the list Rajon Rondo as a just-in-case factor. Rajon Rondo just got traded to the Cavaliers in exchange for Denzel Valentine. And then, of course, Rondo is going to replace Ricky Rubio. So keep an eye on Rondo. He might be a good streamer or a good consistent player going forward to be their captain and playmaker. Diallo getting burned right now with Kate Cunningham being in protocols. And, of course, the Pistons need anybody that can step up, and Diallo has been their guy. Gary Harris has been flourishing. Without the Orlando Magic's backcourt of Cole Anthony and of course Jalen Suggs, Gary Harris is going to have good short-term value because he is playing plus 30 minutes. Of course, Cameron Johnson, Larry Nance Jr., Mason Plumlee, these guys are great streamers when it comes to 9-cat categories. These guys are great when it comes to field goal percentage, and of course can offer you guys low minimal assist to block to steals ratio. So yes guys, this wraps up my video for today talking about Fantasy Basketball Week 12 update and of course everything you need to know. Once again, my name is Zoom and I'm a fantasy basketball expert, so if you ever want one-on-one fantasy basketball advice, go check out my Patreon page, link is down below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!